Happy Memorial Day. I was working all day though. I was loading videos and some of the courses into my website. Um, Hopefully, you had a good day too. Uh, we are doing that wellness series, giving a tip a day on wellness. And today is 31st day, right? So I hope people are finding them at least interesting and maybe something new. Some people communicated with me from other places that they liked them, LinkedIn. So that's good. Okay. See, people have hobbies because when they have time or when they want to regenerate themselves or just to have fun, right? You could do the work, you could do all the important things, but then you want to spend some time where you don't feel the time and you can just relax with yourself. So that is what I call a hobby. If you don't know the time as it is happening, and also you feel really rejuvenated after that, that means you had a good time. As children, we used to gather together with other children and play whatever nonsense we played, right? Later on, the games have evolved, but initially it was like just have fun together, right? Even just jumping up and down and going around and all that, you know. But later on, we become serious students or serious workers or whatever that we take up, we kind of become serious. And then the more you want to excel in your whatever endeavor that you have, the education or the talent exhibition or a business or whatever, right? People grow serious and then they don't have fun anymore, right? Um, so hobbies are that avenue. People may cultivate a sport, people may cultivate some entertainment, people may cultivate some entertaining the friends and family, and people may have hobbies rather bad too. Starts with drinking wine and becomes into alcoholism, right? Or cigarettes. Those are not good hobbies, you know. I'm talking about healing hobbies. That means the hobby is not only allows you to spend time and also to the people to the activities that you like, but also they are healing. Those kind of hobbies I'm talking about here, and they are really part of life and should be in life, and so that we can really have good time. Um, there was a book I read way back. It's called Healing Healthy Habits, right? So you can have habits, but not really going to harm your wellness. For example, diet, right? People may have their favorite dishes, their something that they relish and that they want to eat, and they really enjoy them if they eat them once in a while, right? So, but if you eat too much or do every day, probably the fun will be lost, and also you'll spoil your health too. That's all common sense. So, where is the healing is? Don't eat them too much and don't deprive yourself completely, but have them once in a while or prepare them and spread it to other people and enjoy that too. So more than eating ourselves, we prepare something and then serve it to other people and they eat it. We all have a lot of fun, right? So that becomes a healing habit of having people over and cooking for them and sharing the food and some happiness, happy moments and all that. It's very good. But lately, there has become these parties are not become just a conversational or just to spend time with each other, make friendships, and there is not that. They thought that's all innocent, but they are not innocent. They are the healing hobbies, right? But the parties have deteriorated where serious drugs are taken and alcohol is free flowing, and that kind of spoils people's health in a major way anyway. So I'm talking about the ones that can reduce your stress, that can really boost your mental health. Okay, that's a very important thing. And also it, by healing, like for example, you go to the side of the mountain and see the mountain for the first time, the awe of the mountain, the beautiful thing of the spectacular view kind of really improves your mental function. That's what it is. Of course, it does. When you have a healthy habit and you do it with people, you have improved your social interaction. Social interaction itself, when it is good and really empowering, it can really help your immune system and feel good about yourself and your wellness as a whole, right? And then obviously physical health will be improved by all these things. And also you may be feeling better, because if you are bored with a job which is repetitive and continuously happening, and you cultivate a habit that's not going to be just boring, but it is healing, and at the same time it is really makes you feel like I did not spend any time there. Okay, that kind of thing. But then you have personal satisfaction. Suppose you go for a swim, then you kind of swam in the swimming pool is different, but if you swim in a stream by the mountain or in the forest, that's something completely different. Okay, so adventure, right? So healing hobbies, not any habit or just to kill the time, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hobbies. When you take it up, you really relish it, and so you don't feel the time, and then you feel healed at the end of the hobby. That's the one. Yeah. It could be a game, because you might have put some time in the game, like a tennis, and then you go there and you execute your shots, and then you enjoy the technicality, you enjoy the competition, you enjoy the friendly rivalry and all that, right? So that kind of things are very, very important. Now, how can you integrate these hobbies into your routine? That's what we're going to look next. Okay. Suppose you can decide what is that I love, right? The criteria for that is uh, you will not be tracking the time when you do something. That means you love so much. It doesn't. Somebody cooks some curry in Indian houses, they take a lot of pride in it. So those people will not be able to, um, see the time. They really lose the track of time. And then it's a sense of peace or achievement that should be coming at the end of the hobby. If you can have these two criteria, most of the time you can say that you are really loving them, right? Then you want to set aside a time. Maybe you are working for 7 days in a row or 12 days in a row, whatever. You will have some time where you can put some time aside, and the exhausting work routine or work schedule is finished, treat yourself with indulging in that healthy healing hobby that you have. Okay, whatever it is. And also you would also like to have a special space for it, so that if you go to the room, for example, meditation is my hobby. For example, it's not a hobby for me, it is much more serious, but then I'm always meditative anyway. So it is a meditation room itself. Once you go in there, it will it will indulge you into that hobby. That's why you want to create hobbies. For example, you have gardening, you love gardening, and you go to the garden space, immediately it will induce your hobby, right? And then uh, you can always start small. You don't have to do a major way. And that's a wise too. That way you can get used to that, right? And if you have people who are having the same interest in the hobby and they enjoy that, like a ballroom dancing or going and bowling, so many things are there in the United States, right? You can go. Mine is more nature related, so I don't go into the smoke-filled bowling alleys and all that. Then uh, you can always combine these hobbies with social activities. Whatever you do, lunch or meeting some people for a evening dinner, or you are meeting them in a meeting, or you can combine that. This is how you can integrate your healing hobbies into your routine. Okay, then the when you do these hobbies, there is a way to make the most of these healing hobbies. Um, Always be present. Be present with what you are doing and what you are enjoying. Don't start a hobby like a play and then think of something else. Okay, completely be in the present. And then have a review of what is going on. Are you really having the fun that you used to have, or are you really feeling that heaviness of it? And then you have to always see what kind of skill you have, what kind of challenge you have. Suppose you are playing with somebody tennis that are beginners, you may not have that much challenge. So you want to increase your challenge by inviting people who are much more talented than you, are much more skilled than you. Then you can improve that challenge, and that becomes good for you to improve your own skills. And then you can always keep a track of how you are progressing, kind of documenting and all that. So all this will enrich the hobby itself, and you'll have the return of the hobby much more. Okay, so those are the things that you want to remember about the healing hobby. Now, what are the healing hobbies of a yogi? That's what I want to tell you about. The yogi will cultivate close relationship with the nature. He knows he is a recycled product of the nature, so he has a relationship with the nature. The moment he wakes up, he kind of relates to the wind, to the light, to the trees, and all the nature products, right? And he will be looking at them, and then not because he has an utilitarian purpose, no, just be connected with the nature, be in touch with the that day's nature. Right now, it is very violent sometimes, but that because of the human activity, all this global heat has done. But still, if you really are receptive, if you are sensitive, you can still connect with the beauty of the nature. That's what the yogi does, and then he behaves according to the nature's moods, and then adjusts to that too. And they have special qualities where they can deal with extreme temperature or extreme cold. Many people go to Himalayas for yoga practice, and then they bring the really resistance and resilience in the body and the mind, because they brave so many elements, right? So with having a relationship with the nature is one of the qualities of the yoga's hobbies. They are really healing hobbies. And the yogis have a relationship with their own self, inner self, right? So they will be very alert and watching what is going on in their mind, what how they are distributing all their energies, and how they can learn from their own behavior, and then next time they will be much better off. So that's another second one that yogis have. And yogis have this quality of friendship and affection and love for people coming their way, and they enjoy being nice to people. They enjoy having a laugh with them. They enjoy uh, not clinging on to things. So all these things help them to be relationally very nice. That is their hobby actually, because their main thing is close their eyes and meditate and reflect, and then learn about universal energies and all. This is a different agenda. But in between, somebody comes, somebody says something, or somebody has some problem. They take a lot of pride in really talking to them and then solving the problem. Okay, so I can go on. So many qualities of yoga. Basically, being in the present, relating to the nature, relating to the people as though they are your own people, and really enjoying this happiness when somebody else is successful. If they come to yogi, treat somebody who is coming to him with suffering, he will treat that, right? And but if the person has achieved something on his own, he will be very happy for him. That's called mudita, you know. So there, karuna means kindness, compassion, and then mudita means maitri means friendship, friendly feeling. Okay, so outwardly with the nature, he has a lot of enjoyment, and that is his hobby. So he may enjoy the scenery much more because he's in touch with that, right? And then inwardly, he enjoys the tranquility, serenity, bliss of yoga practice and all that, right? And then he enjoys the company by helping them or by enjoying their success and all that. Okay, so those are the. I mean, I want to be simple about that, but there's a lot more ebbing bliss in yoga practice and the yogic way of living, right? So all these are important things that you could to consider. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say for today. And this is about a healing habits. How can we have healing hobbies? It's not just spending time or um, making habits that have become our addictions. That's not what I'm talking about. How can we have a regular job and a regular family and all that? With the family, you can go out and do lots of things. But it used to be people used to sit around the dining table and eat together. I hope many people are doing it still. That's something that's lost time because people have different activities, different ways to go about and all that, right? So anyway, you don't have to change those habits by yourself. You can cultivate these healing hobbies and stay away from the, addictions, other areas. Just be moderate, so it depends upon the people, whoever wants whatever they want to achieve within in their own life, within their own self. That depends on that. But basically, whatever hobbies you have, that should be giving you. Where did the time go? I was playing for 3 hours, or I feel so relaxed in my mind, and I feel so relaxed in my body, and I will take a good shower, and then I feel much better. That kind of resuscitation of the energy, that kind of renewal of energy you should feel after the healing hobby. Then hold on to it, monitor it, and increase the challenges and enjoy that. Okay, I hope you have some healing hobbies. Go and review them and look at it in this perspective. Are they helping your health? Are they elevating your mood? Are they helping you to feel serene in you, peaceful and joyful? If you have them, then you have a healing hobby. Okay, it could be just friendship. It could be just playing a game with somebody. It could be just taking a walk in the nature and having a relationship with the nature. I have that. That's why I never feel lonely because I always relate with the nature. That's a good thing, I think. I enjoy that very much. I never feel when I go for the walk, the time is. I have to. I don't have to hurry or anything. Only those times I go for the walk and enjoy the nature. I hope you are also have those healing hobbies, or turn the hobbies into healing hobbies. Then you will get a lot out of not spending anything just by revising your hobbies and converting them to healing hobbies. Okay, thank you, and I'll be seeing you again tomorrow with another edition on the tip on wellness 32 day tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.